Ask Arvind Kumar to. What is this?
Should request.
No, no, no. How come Arvind? Arvind is not the host.
Is he the
Is
host?
he the host?
इसमें आ रहा है. Ask Arvind Kumar for permission to record.
Transfer
Transfer
over
over
there
to
to
Arvind.
Arvind से पूछो. Arvind से बोलो.
Arvind से बोलो.
उसको दिख रहा है.
उसको दिख रहा है.
Arvind has become the host.
Arvind is the host.
I know how it transferred to Arvind.
Arvind,
आपको
आपको
होस्ट
host
मिल
मिल
गया
गया
actually.
actually.
Can you just
Can
pass
you
on the
pass
host
on the
for
host
the
for the
Yeah.
हो गया आपका?
हो गया आपका?
Sorry? PPT.
Recording in progress.
Okay, I've started recording.
You have? चलो.
Yeah.
ठीक है then.
ठीक है.
All right.
I'm still in the waiting.
You're still in
We're
the
still
waiting.
in the waiting.
अब वो waiting
अब वो
में
waiting में off कर देना चाहिए.
Looks like things have gone haywire. We don't have any rights. Huh?
I need that. It's not taking me.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
doing, it's not taking, I'm just seeing that.
इसमें आपके पास कौन से लगेगा? I'll just sign out and just delete the whole thing.
Yeah, multiple co-hosts बुला लो ना, जो host है उसमें वो co-host बुला लो.
I'll tell you what happened. I joined, sir, but into the next one, it went and it went to Arvind actually, because Arvind was the first to join. Hello, sir.
Yeah, Ajay sir, it actually came to me, but I didn't start the recording. I hope it is with you. I knew you were coming. Yes, kept his promise on you. You kept your promise also on the goodness.
Not a good job.
Arvind is the host. He should transfer the host rights first.
वो तो कर दिया उसको.
नहीं अभी भी even now Arvind is the host.
Just
He
a
should
minute, sir,
transfer the rights.
I will transfer the host.
Please make Ajay Kumar
इसमें
the
कैसे?
host.
Okay.
वेटिंग करिए बंद इसको म्यूट कर दो इसमें से म्यूट
I cannot find you here in the AGM. Can you make Arpit Suri as a host because he is there physically? Or Sagarika, I will.
Recording in progress.
Rajiv, now Arpit Suri, the host.
Today, for a change, I have a dual participation.
You're always in multiples, Rajiv.
GP, why are you so quiet? I like watching my own face.
There
You
you
look
are.
smart.
So here is hi GP.
Hi,
Akhil.
hi, Akhil.
Good to see you guys.
Both the
You have
I
to, we
need
love admiring our faces. That's why we are now connected to Zoom also.
both the tech savvy champions at one place.
I know.
GP I bought a huge silver tape इसके ऊपर में लगाने के लिए.
मैं पहली बार आया हूँ और पहले से ही आपका इतना क्या बोलते हैं कॉन्स्पिरेसी थ्योरी चल रही है.
नहीं 2015 में भी थे हम साथ.
नहीं, वो अखिल का साइकोलॉजिकल टेप होता है, टेप लगता नहीं.
Don't make my presence threatening here. I just thought कि कुछ नहीं है शाम को करने को तो आ जाओ. And since GP does not entertain me in C9 area, so what do? I need to see him only on the line.
नहीं same here.
नहीं.
And you come from such a distance on such a rainy day, which is a definite.
ये कौन है?
plus.
ये कौन है? ये कौन है? 90.
Bona road.
The old man. Who is this old man?
बोला था मैंने आपको बोला था.
Right. That's good. This
सभी लोगों को मेरा नमस्कार.
अभी इसका केस आ रहा है.
I think stage is set. We make a start.
So one thing surprising is why ISTD is coming as the Northern Railway Community.
Yeah.
The 4 members who are physically present on ISTD platform, on Zoom it is visible as Northern Railway Community.
Northern Railway Community. Yes. चलिए all inclusive है, इसमें क्या है? चलिए.
Ajay, if the quorum is complete, can we start?
Ajay ji, you are mute. Saul sir, you are mute.
Yeah.
That has been done.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It gives me immense pleasure to welcome all our members of Delhi chapter to this AGM of 2023. the members who are present here physically, as well as the members who have joined us through the Zoom platform. It's a very fine day today in Delhi. The monsoon started. It's a bittersweet kind of event. Sweet because the past hours of Delhi got the rains it was praying for. Bitter because we were actually looking forward to many more of our members to join us physically after the pandemic, which did not happen. But both online as well as physical presence of our members exceeds the quorum which is required for the AGM, which is 35 or 25% of the members, whichever is less. So we shall start the AGM. But before we go on to the agenda points one by one, let me just read out what the agenda points are, which of course we had circulated along with the notice which we had sent in the first week of this month. The first agenda point is confirmation of the minutes of the previous AGM, which was held on 30th June 2022. Second agenda point is consideration of the annual report for the year ended 31st March 2023. Consideration and approval of the audited accounts for the year ended 31st March 2023. Appointment of the auditors for the ensuing year, that is 2023-24, and fixation of remuneration. And the final agenda point is any other matter with the permission of the chair. As you all know, the new committee took over the reins of Delhi chapter, a little late though, towards end of October. So it has been 8 months since the new managing committee took over. In these 8 months, like I had mentioned in the annual report, your committee has been working on 4 planks. The first and foremost is to bring all the members together as one, to develop bonding amongst them. That was the first plank we have been working on. Second is to give as much opportunity as we can to our 850 plus members. Third is to reach out to the academia, to industry, as well as other chapters and other professional fora. And fourth is to contribute as much as we can to the initiatives of ISTD national headquarters. That's what we have been doing. And we leave it to you to judge whether we have succeeded, and we would also look forward to your guidance for the remaining part of this year. Now, before we go into the agenda, I would request our chairperson, Dr. Anubha Walia, to give her opening remarks. Dr. Walia.
Okay. No, it's there. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. So dear ISTDians, in fact, all the wonderful dynamic Delhi chapter members, firstly, thank you very much for your presence in today's AGM 2022-2023. With all my OB members, I welcome you all in the AGM. So from the 1st November 2022, we have relentlessly strived to elevate the chapter to the next level, focusing on the 3C, which is connect, cost reduction, and working towards change. Our new identity represents a pivotal shift in our strategic approach, transcending the confines of a niche subject to embrace an extensive network of the member. 754 on 1st April 2022, and today we are at 856 by 31st of March 2023. With an across diverse categories, that is 77% male, 22% female, and 1% institution, which has been more focused and inclusive and endeavors to establish with an omnipresent members including Gen X, Gen Z, and Gen Y. So for today's AGM, agenda was very well shared, well in advance, 20 days. And I would request Ajay sir to take up the agenda points one by one. So thank you so much.
First and foremost thing is that we need to take, I've been strongly in agreement with my friend Sumit that the rules, regulation and MOA needs to be properly adhered and respected too. Whether this meeting called for a so-called AGM is in order or there is need to modify and resolve before taking up agenda one by one. I'll ask my friend Sumit, who is more knowledgeable in terms of MOA and other things, to raise that particular issue.
No, I will not raise it formally because I have been already talking about it that, obviously all of us should follow what in NC as well as in MC. But I want to pick up specific points as we go along, where I find that, a minor deviation from the procedure may be acceptable, but the expenses and the income and those kind of things where there are I have major objections. I'll come to that later. But whatever you have to mention, please do. Thank you.
So the first and foremost thing is the discipline. Discipline with reference to rules, regulation and legitimate positions. If something has not been put up in MC and MC has not taken up a call to call forward for the AGM, it is not a AGM to be notified as per the rule book. Now, if that is there, we have done it, we need to resolve it and absolve it that it has not been done intentionally, but there were lacunas of the time, and we need to solemnize that. Errors can happen with anyone, but we need to respect the law of the land. We need to respect and have a discipline for the same. I would request Secretary to apprise on the same.
Right, Dr. Suri and Mr. Sumit, thank you so much. Before we go into the agenda points, here are a few house rules. First and foremost is agenda points will be taken up one by one. Second is after presentation of each agenda point, the floor will be thrown open for discussion and questions if any. So you don't have to wait for all the agenda points to be over to ask your questions. Third, if any person, any participant wants to ask to speak, whether in this house or online, he or she can raise their hand. They will be allowed to speak in sequence by the host. In the interest of time, each member will get maximum 3 minutes to speak in the first instance and can raise one additional follow-up question for 2 minutes. Each member will get a chance to speak.
Is the point time storable, transferable,
Against each point, 3 plus 5. That's right. Ajay. Okay. Voting by show of hands or on the mobile poll. whichever. And the decision of the session chairperson will be final and binding. All right. The first agenda point is confirmation of the minutes of the previous AGM, which was held on 30th June 2022. These minutes have already been circulated, and these have also been uploaded to the Delhi chapter website. So we take the minutes as read. Okay? So anybody who has anything, right?
I have a very important request.
Right.
You may say it is part of the MOA that minutes have to be read in the next meeting. पहली लीडरशिप कुछ और थी, डिसाइड कुछ और किया, लिख के कुछ और गए, अभी कोई और लोग बैठे हैं, वो भी 1 साल बाद. Now, if the whole thing is not recorded properly, how do you do the course correction of that? So kindly, in this AGM, take a decision that whenever the minutes get recorded, I mean the AGM is held, immediately in the next 10-15 days when the memory is fresh, circulate it immediately. So that 1 year time lapse does not happen, and members can also respond to that who were present and participating. Because this is an important thing, and kindly don't give me a justification of the memorandum of association, because I've been watching MOA की बड़ी धज्जियां उड़ी हैं, तो इस पॉइंट के ऊपर अगर आप छोटी सी इम्प्रूवमेंट कर लोगे तो I think members will bless you.
In fact, I have one more point on this, that especially when the new committee takes over, and the AGM was called by the previous committee. So the previous committee is not here to defend their points, right? And the new committee is not in a position to defend it. So I think we need to.
So supposing,
Yeah.
I say I don't agree with anything without reading it.
Exactly.
And we put it to vote. How are you going to defend it?
No way.
So that's
The
a
new
technical
committee
issue.
cannot defend it,
So
actually.
that's why, sir, I'm only making a request.
Correct. Yeah. Please.
There was a EOGM also which was conducted. The same is not being put in any of the agenda item, because EOGM is an important minutes which needs to be approved.
I think it's an important point, because this committee is in no position to either comment or defend or whatever issue come up. One process that regularly happens is the outgoing committee calls a special GM body to hand over the charge to the new committee. And that is the time what Rajiv is saying should be done. They should pass the minutes of the previous meeting, and the new committee gets a clean slate. Although technically minutes cannot be passed unless it's a GM body. But
Right.
in a handing over GM body, there's a very good point, because
Yeah.
today we are mute, we're totally mute.
We are digitally connected. You can pass everything in 15 to 20 days time digitally.
Or the meeting,
Or the
no, handing over.
Yeah, at the time of handing
handing
over.
over, yes,
Because
sir.
that is an AGM where the handing over
You
happens.
can pass this digitally quickly,
Yeah.
and then keep it on record in the next AGM that this was done.
Right.
That's it. There is no need for discussion and all, because this has already taken place.
Correct, correct.
Now, 2-3 things on what we are discussing right now, what Akhil said and what Rajiv said and what RK said. The point is that there is a culture, there used to be a culture of sending the draft minutes within a week or 15 days. And I'm talking since 82 onwards, so I have some exposure. So that has not been completely finished. Secondly, to keep my point short, while we are talking of handing over from one committee to the other, let us not forget that 75% of the new committee is nothing but the old committee. So they should be in a position to answer the questions, right?
Correct.
Why? If that continuity has not happened, but the people are the same, they should be able to explain things. I am not saying.
The entity has changed, the committee is over.
And again, you see, I don't know, out of the other 4 MC members, I don't find anybody, I think, unless I don't know them physically
No, nobody's-
by face. So only the four
But they have
office
joined.
bearers
They
are
have joined online.
I think this is a smaller point. We made
Yeah,
a request. Kindly consider
Right.
this.
Okay.
For future, let's proceed further.
Say. Okay.
Draft must be sent. That's the convention.
Yeah, recording can be sent now.
Hello. On it. So just one point, Abhishek Nigam this side. 2 points I'll make. One point actually, I would go in favor of the Delhi chapter, saying कि ठीक है अभी यहाँ पे तो फिर भी national level पे बहुत issues हैं. Representing the NC member, I see the way the minutes of the meeting are going in the national level. It's a very pathetic state of affairs. We'll also add, I just got some do's and don'ts requests from one of the one of the RVPs of the last NC. That seeing that list, I was like, this is what are the do's and don'ts. Second point is, which we should actually consider as a Delhi chapter, can we start the process of sending the recordings as a part of the process? Minutes of the meeting can go, but if you send the recording itself, everyone knows what happened, right? There are past members, there are members who were past, in past they were the group of the MC, they were part of the MC.
Yeah.
They are still accountable for the decisions that they made there. Maybe something is factually wrong or logically wrong. It's all okay. But at least we have the video recording to say that this is what happened at that point of time.
Right. So, yeah, this is being recorded. And for answer to your suggestion, we have already uploaded all the recordings onto our website. So I would request you to go to Delhi chapter website and you would see all the recordings.
Do send this to the...
I'm sorry?
Do send this to the national level also. They should follow this.
No, we can't hold a candle to the national level.
This is on record on email for the National Council. I have written multiple mails for sharing of this. So therefore,
All right.
Thank
So
you.
as far as chapter is concerned, we have all
That's
the
great.
recordings
That's good.
on the
That's awesome.
website. Thank you so much.
Let us set examples of AGM so that the national chapter can follow.
All right. Okay. Thank you. The next agenda point is consideration of the annual report for the year ended 31st March 2023. The annual report has been circulated and it has already been uploaded also. Any comments, any views on that? We are open for you.
So
Yes,
if I am
yes, 8
allowed to
months.
speak for the annual report, I have few clarifications required for a few of the points which is there in the annual report. Can I go forward? and
Yes,
ask
Mr.
questions?
Arvind, please go ahead.
Sir, one is, the first is related to the membership. As told by the chapter chairman, that 754 members were there on April 2022 and 856 members are currently there. So do we account for those annual members who were there during that April 2022 and their membership ceased to be there in the electoral roll and they should not be members and they have been removed from the membership list? So is it happening, or the list is a static list, we just keep adding and don't remove anyone? Because my belief is whenever a person gets an annual membership, the membership is only for a year, and as soon as the year ends, the member should be removed from the electoral roll or the membership list. And we should not say that we have increased the membership. So what I can see is we are keep on adding and adding members, but we are not removing the members who are invalid members of the chapter. And this was one of the reasons why the last election was cancelled. And the honorary judge, he took a note, and that was a very bad, what you say, one of the activities that, membership role was not maintained in the chapter, and it is still not been, somewhere, it is ignored. I actually do not want to complain, but can we start some good practices? And what stops us to create a digital copy of the electoral roll and rotate it to all the members, because my belief is one of the reasons why we have this ISTD society is because we want to network, we want to leverage the strength of each other, and we want to learn from each other apart from sharing different perspectives. Is it going to happen if I am not connected? How can I get connected if I do not have the contact details, or I do not have the ability to network to individuals? Then is it not a wise idea to have a digital copy of the electoral roll and share it with everyone? I also put it to everyone's notice that there can be few people who do not agree to put their number or email. They can be their email ID or numbers may be removed, but at the same time we have to offer them, saying that if you do not want to share your email ID, that electoral roll will not be shared with you. It's like, if you share your numbers with others, the others' number will also be shared with you. Some sort of that thing. Second point is, it is related to the chapter performance. I have been attending many AGMs of ISTD.
Arvindji, can I just stop you for 1 second? I mean, you can continue
Yes,
afterwards. Yeah. So
Please,
this is a free Zoom that we are using, and this will get over at the end of 40 minutes. My request is please rejoin the same link. In case, yeah. Go ahead,
Thank you, sir.
please.
Second is chapter performance. I am a believer of talking less and doing more, and that should be there because we are more to training and development. If our actions should speak louder than our words. I have seen that in the chapter performance it is written 75,300 and social media impressions. It's a very big figure. My idea is, I request to all the honorary members who are present here, do you feel any benefit or any big change that has happened in last 8 months in ISTD? If yes, please say yes. If no, why it didn't happen? What stopped us to do good things? I remember when the election was to happen, we also talked about that if we can organize professional activities at ISTD Delhi chapter with the help of the strength and the competencies of members, we can see that there are a lot of members here with great competencies and proven achievements. If we can use them as a resource and make money for ISTD and at the same time make money for them also, everyone benefits in this. What stops us to come up with this type of activities for ISTD? This is something I think if we can actually put forward into our day-to-day actions, it will not only benefit ISTD Delhi chapter to gather funds and more sponsorship, but also to leverage the strength of each and every member to gain competencies and also to distribute what I have to offer to the mass. Third point is I have talked to few members from MC, and please do not take it in a negative way. I think a team which is very strong only can give something to others. If I am not comfortable from inside, I cannot give anything good to others. This is my belief. And I have noticed that there is a rift between the MC members. I do not want to blame anyone. My idea is not to put anything negative on the table. My idea is, can we right from now, take an initiative that, together we'll work as a team and we can, join hands with everyone, not by talking, by doing. There should be actions and not words. I can write a lot of big things, but that doesn't go, it is not going to make any bigger changes. I believe in case if I am able to do smaller changes that can benefit the society, that is something, that is going to bring bigger changes. Fourth point, I remember last AGM also, Dr. GP Rao, he raised a very good point that people should not use ISTD as a platform for personal advertisements. But I can still see few people, I do not name anyone, and there is nothing to be blamed, nothing to blame anyone. But can we stop, in case if we have agreed some time back that, we will not use ISTD platform for our personal mileage and personal advantage, why are we again trying to do that? Am I going to, get any position only because I want to leverage that position? Or am I really into social services? This is a question we have to ask ourselves. And I believe, in case if I feel that, I cannot add value, I better stay
Mr.
back
Arvind, may I
rather than,
request to restrict your statement to 3 minutes, please? Thank you.
Right. Last point, sir. Last
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
Last point is related to the
Please make it
appointment of the
brief. Yeah, thank
statutory.
you.
Yeah, last point is the appointment of statutory auditors, MS Sanjeev Chopra. My belief, as I read the details, the association with MS Sanjeev Chopra had ended by on 31st of March. But I can see he has signed the financial statements on 21st of June. I just want to understand that had he been again appointed for this financial year, and we are not told, or is it like he gave a benefit that I was a auditor for last year and I didn't audit the account, so even if the year has passed, I audit it even in this year without any fees. So this is something I want to understand from the AMC. That's it from my side, sir. Thank you for listening to me, and my my wishes for the best of the chapter, and I only wish that people should take small steps to ensure that things good things happen. We just don't talk good, bigger things, we do smaller things that actually is going to change the chapter. That's it from my side. Thank you for hearing me.
Thank you, Mr. Arvind.
Madam President, can my comments on the previous year, this last 8 months performance is very simple. We often fail to acknowledge and appreciate good things around us. We take it for granted. Huh? Oh, let them get it. Why are you on a Zoom meeting? Why are you on a Zoom meeting? Why is he on a Zoom meeting?
Because I love watching my own face. And the camera in my phone is very good.
Think of people like us and look at Arvind.
पीएम वाली भाषा मत करो मेरे साथ. मैंने बोलना शुरू कर दिया ना, संभाल नहीं पाओगे मैं कोई भी. कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. हमारे को आदत है रोज की. सुनने की आदत है सर. नहीं. यारों के साथ हंसी मजाक करने आए हैं. ऐसी क्या बात है? Waiting area you have to admit us. हाँ? चाय तो वो चाय तो कटसी साउसा बैस. मंगवा लेता हूँ बाहर से. जोमेटो से मंगा लेता हूँ. बोलो. ऐसी क्या बात है? नहीं, चायों से मंगा लेंगे. चाय जोमेटो कोई भी हो. I think you still have to allow people. Sir, you are making some points. Please. लोगों को भी join करो.
I want them to join because there are some points connected to this.
Are we discussing the annual report of 22-23, or we are bringing in this year also? I felt that because, for example, Sanjeev Chopra's signature that was talked about, he has put his signature probably, I don't know, I haven't read it carefully, on the day he has signed, but it pertains to the last year. Similarly, annual report में जो है वो पिछले हमारे 7-8 महीने में जो भी कुछ हुआ है, that is not to be discussed in my.
Why not?
Because this will come under at any other point in the end.
Oh.
Technically, we are discussing the
That
annual
is for
report
the
of this year.
Betterment of
last year,
chapter.
FY 22.
Last point.
Recording in progress.
आपको होस्ट दे दिया मैंने
Ajay, Akhil was saying something. I think let us give it to Akhil to start.
Recording stopped.
Yeah, certainly. I wanted to listen there.
In the end, Deepak Bhai, I was told that
Yeah.
we should only discuss till March 23 by Sumit. So the point I wanted to comment upon, I will take it in the last point of any other business.
I think with the permission of the agenda, we can take it later.
Yes, sir.
I'm a little surprised that why did we think in terms of just restricting ourselves to 40 minutes of a Zoom meeting, whereas we have in the past spent a lot of money on webinars. And in case money was a short supply in terms of hosting the AGM, you could have asked any of the members to let the facilities be used, and many of us have unlimited facilities. We can obviously given you. Secondly, we are definitely right in terms of patting our back, in terms of raising members from 700 odd to 800 odd. But if you really look at social media groups, each group has not less than 10,000 trainers, 66,000 trainers. Where are they coming from? Anyone who can hold the mic and speak, considers himself to be a trainer, should be welcomed into ISTD. So having a measly number of 800 and then we keep a pat on the back in our reports, I think we really need to examine in terms of where are we heading towards. Because I think what is important is there are lakhs and lakhs of trainers. Even a small teacher is a trainer today. So therefore, we need to really expand our scope, get more people, and thereby bring more maturity to the movement of ISTD. That's my submission. And third aspect, a suggestion is that when you're talking about updation of management data, today technologies are available. You use any of the SaaS platform. SaaS is not SASUMA, but software as a service. Those packages are available at peanuts. And in case we have annual members, it is the responsibility of the member to update. And in case 1 year is over, it automatically gets deleted. In case they need to be uploaded, then they have to make the payment through the SaaS platform. Make your job easier rather than, and then there will be a transparency also in terms of the database of the members. All these technologies are available at press of a button. I don't know why, as trainers, we are ignorant about technologies. My submission.
All right, so this meeting was supposed to be a physical meeting, and we decided on a hybrid mode only at the last moment, at around 1:30 or so. So that's the reason why there is a technical hitch. So our apologies for that. And since we are not having many webinars, or we are not actually conducting the classes, diploma classes, we have discontinued the paid Zoom platform. So once the webinars or the classes start, maybe we can think of doing that. Otherwise, there's no point in just spending money for a paid Zoom subscription. All right. So, yeah, Dr. Walia, you'd like to answer Arvind's questions?
So, Arvind sir, your query is pretty evident, and let me
Sorry, can't hear. Is it a glitch on my side?
You
Ma'am,
are on.
unfortunately, you're not audible.
Mic is not on.
Anubhav, yeah, Anubhav,
You,
ma'am, you're
you
not
are,
audible at all.
yeah. No, no. She has to unmute. There are three connections there. They're muting, unmuting. So please unmute that connection from where you are speaking. Northern Railway Communication.
Just unmute, sir. You just unmute here.
You know that, no? They are named
Okay,
a
that's
Northern
it.
Railway Communication.
Is it
Community.
audible now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
now what?
Okay. So I'll
Anybody else who has the mic on?
Okay, sir, it's your mic itself on your personal Zoom, which is on. You need to mute yourself on your personal Zoom. Yes.
just give me thumbs up if you can hear.
Yeah, it's perfect now.
Mic is
Red's on.
दोनों माइक काम नहीं कर रहे नहीं ये भी नहीं कर रहे नहीं कर रहे
Yeah, it's working. It's working.
Anubhaji, it is working. Please go ahead.
Ma'am, you can
Thank you.
continue. We can
Thank
hear
you.
you now.
Thank you. Thank you for confirmation. So I will revisit that again. On 31st of March 2022, we had 756 members. On the 1st of November, when we took over, I took the exact numbers of our ISTD Delhi chapter. It was 866. This cleansing was done by the December, and we finally got 806 members. That was a clean chit members. And then after that kind of initiative was done to increase the members. Finally, we are closing at 854. We have also shifted the members who are not part of Delhi anymore and they have moved to a different location. So their chapters have been moved to that particular location. So the exact number today, as of 31st of March 2023, it is 854. Okay? Yes.
On that membership, if I'm permitted, it's a clear provision in the MOA 13.4 to be very specific, where the chapter secretary is supposed to maintain a roll of members. I can read it out if you wish. I have it right here. For the last 3 years, we have the same chapter secretary. So that I have requested multiple times and even on email has refused to share it. I'm sharing it with everybody. 2 emails. First, he gave a wishy-washy answer. Second email, he has not responded to when I gave the reasons, right? Also, there have been times in the past also, I'm not blaming this committee or anything, the culture of updating has not been there. I'm happy to hear that you have introduced that. There are people who have unfortunately passed away, very respected members passed away, but their names continue. So it is not a question of whether NHQ has to maintain, both have to maintain, it's very clear, 13.4. We must follow 13.4.
Yes.
And going back to Arvind's point, it must be shared with all the members because that is the networking thing, number one. I know some people may have a problem that, no, you should not publicly share I have a solution for that also. You float this, that anybody who does not want this thing to be put on this thing, only his name and membership number will reflect, nothing else will reflect. That can always be done. So this is a complete excuse that we don't want to share. Where is it written that you don't have to share it with people? And it is, if you want, it is clearly written in 13.4 so that there is no confusion. It clearly says the General Secretary, Honorary Secretary, Administrative Head of the National Headquarters / Chapter Office shall be responsible for arranging the meetings of the society, chapter, maintenance and preservation of the roll of membership and other critical official records. That has to be there, should be available for inspection whenever any member wants. And I have been fighting for this for 3 years, and the recent 2 emails also have written. So that should be put on record. Please minute it.
Okay. Can I answer this,
Yeah,
Sumit
please.
sir? All right. So Sumit sir, firstly, 13.4 very well shared by you, and I'm very much aware of that. Let me bring it, awareness to everyone. Okay, chalo, no worries. No worries, sir.
To Suri, anybody can address, right? So you do not pick and choose from the core committee who is going to answer, right? So she can, right? No, it's not personal. In fact, you are putting it in a personal manner, right? So if she is answering, please hear her out. Please hear her out. If you have anything else to do, then you can always
Just one
ask.
point.
Yeah.
As per the MOA, the secretary has to take care of those things and he is responsible and he is accountable.
Right.
So ideally he should answer. Not Mr. Sahu. The secretary of the chapter should answer.
So we believe in a collective leadership. Even on the budget, even I can answer, right? Not only the treasurer. So anybody can answer. Please go ahead.
Okay, so the reason of asking, was sharing was this. Basically, I asked him. The reason is NHQ is actually taken an initiative, and the concept is called Stride. And in that, everything, all the members' detail would be available on a one particular website. You can see every details of the members. That's the first thing. The second thing is you can definitely ask the members' details to anyone after a certain point of time. Let it get developed. The Stride is already in place. I think within next couple of months it will be there. Third very important thing is in ISTD Delhi chapter website, we have already created a link. If anyone needs any members' data, just send us a request so that it's there in our record who has asked for the details and we'll provide the data to the member. So it's there.